Incoterm 2020. Explain the basic for beginners and easiest to understand. Hello, we are Avail Logistics. Think of Avail as another word for help. Today we will discuss a popular yet puzzling topic in the business world: Incoterms or trade terms. Whether you are a seller, buyer, student, or you just want to heighten your knowledge, continue watching this easy to understand video about Incoterms. First, let's understand what Incoterms are. Incoterms are a series of universal commercial terms that sellers and buyers of goods agree to during international transactions. Each commercial term includes a standard list of risks, costs, and responsibilities. Fact: Incoterms is an acronym that stands for International Commercial Terms. There are 11 types of Incoterms, and they are classified into 4 groups, E, F, C, D, and each trade term has different pros and cons for the seller and buyer. We will explain 2 groups in this topic, Group E and Group F. Now, let's see how it works. Group E, EXWX works, or X warehouse, which applies to sea and air transportation. In X works term, the seller is only responsible to make the goods available for pickup at origin. The responsibility and cost transfer point is the seller's warehouse. As the buyer, you will need to take care of all costs, risks, and responsibilities starting at the seller's warehouse. This includes arranging pickup of goods and transporting from the warehouse to port or port warehouse, export customs clearance, book ocean air freight, arrange import customs clearance, and delivery to final destination. Take a look again. It is safe to say that the EXW term has the smallest risk for the seller and the biggest risk for the buyer. To name some EXW pros: as the buyer, you are able to choose your own freight forwarder, have more visibility, control of shipment tracing, and room to negotiate a lower unit cost with the supplier due to more risks and costs. Tip: usually the most expensive costs in the overall air and sea process are the ocean or air freight costs. Freight costs skyrocketed between the end of 2020 and 2021, which left a big dent in the shipping industry. As a seller or buyer, this part can be extremely risky since we have little control of the supply and demand chain, which can eventually impact shipping schedules and margins. Before engaging in a contract or trade term, we suggest that you learn about the market prices and stay on top of global supply chain news. Up next, Group F, which contains 3 trade terms: FCA, FAS, and FOB. FCA stands for Free Carrier, which applies to sea and air transportation. If you are a seller, you will need to deliver the goods to the carrier, or another person nominated by the buyer at the seller's premises or another named place. The named place will be agreed by both parties, as the risk will pass to the buyer at that point. It can be the seller's warehouse, manufacturer's location, container freight station, or port of loading. This trade term will help when seller warehouse is located in a place where it is hard to find truckers, and sellers have their own trucker or carrier partner. In addition to this term, the seller has to clear customs at the port of loading, and in some occasions the buyer agrees to handle the transportation at origin, while the seller covers origin formalities. FAS stands for Free Alongside Ship. This only applies to ocean transportation. Similar to FCA terms, the seller will need to clear customs at the origin port, but the responsibility and cost transfer point is alongside the vessel, which means the seller has to deliver goods to the terminal or port of loading. After that point, all risks and costs will be passed on to the buyer. The last term in Group F, which is also a popular trade term used in air and sea transport, FOB or Free on Board. Like the name, the responsibilities and costs transfer point is when the goods are on board. Sellers will use their truck, or hire a trucking company to deliver the goods to the final port or CFS warehouse and arrange all export formalities. From that point, the buyer bears all costs such as booking for ocean or air freight, customs clearance, destination formalities, and delivery to the final destination. With FOB terms, the buyer will cover the sea or air transportation, usually with the help of a freight forwarder. Take a look again. Important tip: if you are a first-time importer, we definitely recommend you to compare FOB and EXW costs. It is recommended that you compare the supplier's costs per unit and the freight forwarder's shipping costs. By doing this comparison, you are able to decide if FOB or EXW is a better option by seeing the overall EXW and FOB unit costs. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video if you want us to create more content like this. Also comment below if you have any questions. Avail Logistics. Think of Avail as another word for help.